I'm excited to do this list. Huffington Post had it. The 7 personalities of bad bosses who think they're good bosses.
Oh, my.
Because I think
This will be fun.
Although, like, every bad boss must think they're good, right? I can't imagine there's a boss who knows they're bad.
Who knows?
There could be some that they're like, I suck at this, but hey, I'm getting paid.
Now, the best part is I mentioned we're going to do this, and Eric walks in and goes, is this about me? I'm like, first of all, whose boss are you? And second of all, no, it's nothing to do with you. I read the list, and okay, I do think that the intention of these personalities, like they mean to do well, is just like because they don't realize necessarily what they're doing, it's not the best. Okay?
Right.
The first boss they talk about is the rescuer. The rescuer boss.
All right.
This is a bad boss who may seem good at first, but if you have any trouble with the project, they'll just take over. Any problem with the client, they'll deal with it for you.
Like, what does that teach you, though? It doesn't
annoying.
teach, like, what's the problem resolution and such?
It's kind of like the helicopter parent where it's like you want the best for your kid, but sometimes kids got to scrape their knee. You know, they have to, like... They say, according to the person who wrote the article, the rescuer is someone who is highly sensitive to discomfort and believes the path to power, influence, and gaining some control over the situation is to save other people's lives. I mean, this is a classic example of like the road to hell is paved with good intentions, where it's like they just want to be so helpful. When you have a rescuer, they pride themselves on being there to support you, so you really don't have any space not only to make mistakes, but you have a limited amount of growth. Because part of rescuing or being helpful is control for them.
Totally.
I think everybody's probably had a boss like that where, I mean, of all the ones, like that's a fairly, like, they mean the right thing probably, but it's just like, you got to be able to make mistakes.
That way.
The second one, and the 7 personalities of bad bosses, the politician. The politician is good at managing the bosses above them and terrible at managing the people who report directly to them. They are good at public relations for your team, but they lack the will or skill to be a good team leader.
That's the most frustrating, I feel like, because kind of like at the bottom ranks, you never actually feel heard. You're heard, but you're not heard. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's like, I understand you. I'm here for you, but nothing really happens past that.
I think that the better way to put the politician boss is they're trying to cover their own ass. So, like, what they say is the executive team thinks your team's doing a great job.
Right.
Your project gets lauded at company events, but actually this manager is never meeting with you, never giving you feedback, or even involved in your day-to-day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's
think, again,
rough.
like, everybody's had a boss like that where it just feels like everybody above your, like, not power trees or whatever, but, like, the big bosses think everything's great. Everything's fine. And it's like, but it's really... It's not, though.
Yep.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
These bosses can cause bigger issues down the road because they tend to not find out about team problems that should have been addressed or raised earlier. I think everybody's probably had a boss like that somewhere in their life. The third one is the great manager who can't manage up. So this is a boss who's great at managing their own team, but is bad at dealing with bosses above them. So this one I think is the most annoying because they believe in your work, but they lack the office politics savvy to make sure others in position of power know what you're doing.
So nothing really gets done.
Well,
empathy is there, but the action is not.
Yeah, but it'd be like if Riley, were doing good work and we were working, I don't know, on a vaccine, and I was like, I'm giving you all the props, but I'm not telling the big boss, I'm not telling Dr. Fauci that you're doing anything. Like, I'm not being like, hey, Riley's the one that figured it out.
Then does it end up meaning anything? After that?
Yeah, but that's like. People need kudos. Yeah. I personally don't. I'm really good at working without without praise.
Yeah.
But I know for some, praise is needed.
The Leo in you is just screaming right now.
No, they say this kind of boss, they listen to you.
I can't with you.
They are completely involved in your work in a positive way. You trust them. They trust you. And then you realize nobody at the upper level has any idea what your team is doing. That's
super frustrating.
Huge. Okay, there's three more. I want to continue this next. I think this is so fascinating because everybody is like, I've had this one, including the people pleaser, the number boss, and the lone wolf. We'll do it next in the morning show. The texts are blowing up over this. 99338. It's the 7 personalities of bad bosses who think they're good bosses, according to Huffington Post. We've gone through like the top 3. Number 4 is the people pleaser. So the people pleaser boss is they believe getting ahead means giving others what they want, even when accountability is needed to maintain trust on a team.
No.
They'll make verbal commitments, but they won't follow through to make a difference. Here's the thing about me. My mom is Irish, so that means I don't forget anything. Like, I just that's just kind of how it goes. They say managers get too invested in being nice are bosses who rule by ruinous empathy. So they create a work environment where being nice prioritized over the expense of critiquing. We've had that before, not really before,
Drives
but
me crazy.
we'll get like meetings of like, here's how the show is doing. I always said, tell me on, just give it to me.
Yeah, give it to me. Like I had a boss that honestly, he was the best boss ever that would scream at me if I would do something wrong, but it got it done because to me, I need the negative.
Of course.
Like, I need you to tell me what I'm doing that is not working, because if I don't, then I can't fix it.
I've always said nobody intentionally wants to do a bad job, and if they do, then they're not the person to work there. So like, most people probably just don't know if they aren't. So number 5 is the number boss. That is the number boss becomes an ineffective leader when every insight and decision is backed by data or a pattern. To this, I know like research is big for a lot of industries, but if research was always right, the Zune wouldn't have flopped. Just like,
True.
My college roommate has Zune. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And there's that. The lone wolf boss. The lone wolf boss are known for their deep need for autonomy. They're easily misunderstood, have limited cordial interactions with others. But they say the benefit of working for a lone wolf boss is they have a strong work ethic and they value assertiveness in team members. The downside is that the rebel boss often changes plans at the last minute. So and what makes them toxic is everyone will get together in a team to make a decision. The lone wolf will be like, no, I'm going to do this instead. I guess that'd be probably annoying too.
Yeah.
Then the 7th one is the know-it-all boss. Well, numbers people want you to make all decisions based on data. Know-it-all wants you to make the decisions based on just their knowledge.
Oh, that is the worst. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, we're still all pretty much baby DJs in this business, sort of. And then you get that one veteran boss. I've been in this for 45 years. And, like, nothing is more accurate than his own experience. But,
for instance, Riley, they said, well, if I were you, I would do this. Is that true?
Oh, I hate that phrase.
Well, you're not me.
Does that trigger anything?
A little bit. A little bit.
So then we'll put the. I mean, that's all 7 of them. Let me break up. Sarah in Gaithersburg. Good morning.
Good morning.
You heard the 7 personalities of bad bosses. Which one do you think is the biggest trigger for you?
Well, I would like to say my boss probably fits all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that could be a slight issue, But at least, Sarah, we believe in you. We believe in you. And we'll put the full list online, too, for you. So you can share with your coworkers and be like, look at this. This is totally our boss.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
Okay. Sarah, have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Hi. The list will be up at ymsradio.com. Somebody texted 99338. IJ needs praise like Riley needs the baby to come. I don't know if that's true, but that's
God, best text of the day.
If you want to give me praise, that's fine.